Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Domingo. For those of you who don't know me, and I just wanted to talk about a few things today. Tonight, actually, right now it's 5/16, December 15th. All right, almost Christmas. That's why I got the tree in the back, right? Pretty cool. So yeah, just wanted to talk about the reason why I was able to not overcome my stutter, but I figured out how to handle it a little bit. You see, don't get it twisted. I still stutter, but I don't stutter as much as I used to. All right. Since the age of 6 years old, I remember I began to stutter. I was about 6 years old. That's the earliest I can remember, and it was the worst. It was the worst. The reason being is because I was being teased. I was being laughed at. I was pretty much being bullied in school when I was in when 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 I was in elementary school. Right, elementary school. In junior high school, it didn't get to the bullying. I didn't let nobody bully me. I mean, that was nothing that I was gonna let happen. But I was still getting teased. But the thing that, but what happened was that I was able to defend myself. I was a jokester myself, and I was able to come back with some heat, and it made a lot of people, you know, some some liked me more because of it, and others didn't like me as much because I would come back with a lot of heat, right? I would come back with something that may affect them even worse, right? So that's how I handled it when I was younger. I didn't let nobody slide. In elementary school maybe I did, but as I got older, I just knew how to defend myself and I knew how to deal with it. As you can see, I still stutter. I just don't stutter all the time now. Right? It's been a struggle. It still is a struggle. But what made me a better person, and I must say that the reason why I was most likely shy in school, didn't want to read. I am a very intelligent individual, but the reason being that I didn't want to go read aloud in school or nothing like that is because I didn't want to stutter. So I kept to myself a lot in public, right? I had my friends and stuff like that, a little small circle of friends that I used to hang out with all the time. And sometimes they would make fun of me too. But it wasn't nothing crazy. Like I don't think I took it to the next level. I mean, I would defend myself and just throw jokes back at them as well. But I learned how to deal with it at an early age. There was a few years where it was worse, and then I remember one year. Like I think I never had it for that one year. It was a weird situation. I don't know what happened. But as a young kid, I grew up, you know, not being my not being at my fullest potential because of that. Because I wasn't, how can I put it? I was discouraged due to the fact that I had to stutter. I know that I'm an amazing individual, and I know that I can affect a lot of individuals' lives in a positive way. But what happened was that I let my stutter stop me. Right. Fast forward a little bit, 18 after high school, I was introduced to 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 I was introduced to an industry that I must say that changed my entire life. All right, it didn't change it when I was 18. I just didn't know what it was at the time. I was too busy having fun. I didn't really want to do much about it. So fast forward a few years, probably 2 years later, same industry, different company. I got involved and I was able to I was still a young individual. Don't get me wrong, I was still young, still wanted to have fun. And so I mixed it too much. And I ran into some money and I ended up forgetting about the company. Right? Now what really changed me and made me into a better person was actually the third company that I was in the industry that I'm currently in today. This third company, I probably did it 2 years, 3 years, 2 years back or something like that. I don't even remember the time. I know it was on a December month. I just don't know what year again. But what I realized was that made me who I am today. I'm able to now talk in front of cameras. I'm not shy to talk in front of people and nothing like that no more like I used to be. I still have my demons that I have to battle off. Trust me, it's not easy. There's times where I could feel the best. I'm like, oh my God, I'm actually doing great. And some days I don't I don't feel good about it, right? You know, I entail what entails in my business. What happens is that I have to talk in front of a lot of people sometimes, because I choose to. You're not forced to, but I choose to because I understand that I got to become a better me, and in order to become um a better me, I have to overcome my fears. I have to get out of my comfort zone, and in order to do that, I went out and I did what it took to get out of my comfort zone. Understand that just because you get out of your comfort zone does not mean that you're not going to be fearful of the stutter or whatever or whatever is it that you want to stammering is another word for it, right? So there's times where I have a great streak and I feel great about myself, and then I would have a streak that wasn't really, like, I wasn't feeling it. Other people would like it, but I wasn't comfortable with myself. I was pretty much hard on myself. So what happened was, I feel that as I graduated, as I got better, I felt that my standards of myself got better, and I wanted to become better faster. So I wasn't becoming better faster, so I got discouraged again, even though I was doing a good job, which is crazy, right? You know, but that's one thing that I understand, that for the 1% of the world that do stutter, because you see, this video is for everybody, not only for those who stutter, but for everybody to understand that if you have a friend or do you have a family member that do stutter, be patient with them. There's no reason to rush them. There's no reason to finish their sentences for them. That right there kind of gets them pissed off. It gets me pissed off. I had that done a few times in my life, right? So understand that that's something. How I was able to kind of overcome it was because in this industry that I'm in, I did things that I did not want to do. I did things that I was uncomfortable doing, but um, after I did it, I felt happy. I felt great about it. All right. I read books aloud. That right there helps me out a lot. I read it aloud. Where at nighttime, I may take an hour of my time to read a book. You know, I usually say 15 minutes, but it's so great that I probably stay there for an hour and I read aloud. And what happens is that that's kind of like that's kind of like a training for me, I guess, or a some type of a massage or something like that, right? I mean, I'm trying to I forgot the word, but yeah, you guys understand what I'm trying to say, right? It's a therapy. There we go, good word, therapy. When I read aloud, it helps me so that I won't stumble over the words, and I could read great. I read great, and it depends also on the people around me for some reason. Like, I don't know what it is sometimes, but I'm still dealing with it. A stutter is never healed. Is you just learn how to deal with it. That's how I feel. Even though I believe in myself enough to say it will go away one day, or even if it doesn't, I did a lot. I've done a lot. I've spoken to crowds of 300, 400 people. I've did a lot already. So that's one thing that I love about the industry that I'm in, is that even if I didn't make no kind of money in it, I was able to get something worth more than money. I was able to reinvent myself and make myself a better individual, not only for me, but those around me, but for those around me as well, to try to encourage them to become better and to let them know that if I can do it, anybody else can. All right. So that's one thing that I wanted you guys to understand, is that for those 1% of the world that do stutter, is that I understand your pain and I feel your pain, and understand that you should not let that stop you. You should go out there and fight for your goals and dreams, no matter what it is. Okay, even if it involves public speaking, that's something that I would never think that I would have been doing. And a person who stutters for the majority of his life, ever since I was 6 years old, is in the industry where at times I have to talk to a crowd of people because I choose to, again, because I want to. I want to better myself. So that was that reason. You know, if you guys have any questions, how I also cope with my stutter, and how, even though I'm speaking clearly now, how it's still kind of difficult for me to get the words out in here. So you see, it's like judging a book by its cover. You only see this, but you don't see what's going on in here or in the stomach. So it's kind of like I'm forcing. There's times where I force the words out and it doesn't look like I'm forcing it, but within it does. So it's a lot of stuff that I have to go through. This is one of many videos that I'm gonna put out there about the issue about stuttering and how it affects so many individuals, and what I'm saying, it affects not only the people who stutter or stammer, but also those people around them. I remember as a kid, my cousin used to have to hit me. A lot of people used to have to hit me in my back for the words to come out. I would get frustrated sometimes and not even finish my sentence or my story because I was so upset. But I'm glad that I was able to evolve to this individual, and it was all due to the fact that I'm in this industry that I'm currently in now. All right, I was able to learn better, read a lot of positive books, focus, and make the right decisions in life. All right, and in result of what I have been through in this industry, I was able to stand up for myself and have a voice finally. All right, and that's something great that I can say, that even if I did not make now one red cent, again, I was able to become a better me. And that counts, because if now I feel that I can do whatever I want. Now I feel that I can approach anybody. Before I was never the person to approach anybody. Now I feel like I can approach anybody I want. Right? So again, signing out. That's just a little bit of my story for those of you who may care, and for those of you who don't care, still check it out. Click like on the video. And share it, man. I mean, there's a lot of people that may be inspired by this video, that understand. I mean, for those people who do stutter, that, I mean, I'm just like you guys. I was worse. Like, if you would have known me a few years ago, you would have never understood a word that came out of my mouth. That's how bad it was with me. And for those of you who don't stutter and are in the same ministry that I am in, and are stage fright or don't really like to talk, don't really like to talk in front of crowds, just, I'm saying, understand that if I could do it, you can too. And also for the stuttering community, if I can do it, you guys can do it too. Okay, as you can see, I do get stuck sometimes, and I have to use another word in order for everything else to come out, which also frustrates me. But at the end of the day, I'm getting my message out, and that's what counts the most. All right. So that's my time. I'll catch you on another video. Hope you like it. Peace.